Hey friends, Paul again, Circular Motion, bringing you some more records. So first things first, if you're new, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and obviously give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to tickle the old notification bell if you're returning. Thank you ever so much. It warms my heart to think that people actually want to listen to me waffle on for 10 minutes or so. Especially with everything else that's going on in the world. So hopefully this is a bit of a distraction for you. Anyway, rather than going through, as you know, if you're a regular here, I didn't inherit because he's not dead, thank God. But my dad gave me his record collection because he's downsizing. They're moving hopefully to a smaller house, a bungalow, because he's an old man, you know. So yeah, he gave me a load of albums and a load of singles, so I'm going to go through some of the singles because I was up there and I wanted to listen to them, so I thought I'll listen to them one by one, and I'll do 10 at a time every so often, and I'll do a quick video about it. So I've gone through 10 singles and I literally just picked them out at random. Well, not at random, I just pulled the first 10 off the shelf, and here we go. Pop pickers. So I'm going to start with, and they're in no particular order, they're literally just in the order that I pulled them off the shelf. I'm going to start with, and it does say John I'm Only Dancing on there, which would have been amazing if it was that. Instead we've got the Police Walking on the Moon, with the B-side of Visions of the Night. So there we go, it's on the A&M label. So this is an original 1979 pressing, and this was the first one I played this morning. And it sounds amazing, it does. I mean, I'm not a massive Police fan. I love Stuart Copeland's drumming. I think he's a phenomenal drummer, but I don't like Sting very much. However, this track, it sounds, on the single, it sounds absolutely brilliant. And I've kind of forgotten how good singles were. I love 12-inch singles. I've done a video about that if you want to dig back. 12-inch singles sound really, really good. And 7-inch singles are you know, obviously worthy. They're vinyl, and B, quite often they were mixed differently to the tracks from the albums they were taken on. The more recent ones, originally singles were what you got from a band. You didn't get albums. But yeah, it proper, the drums, which is a real bonus for me. The drums really they really kind of power out there. So brilliant, excellent, a good choice, Padre. Next up, on the stateside label, sold in the UK subject to resale price conditions. See price lists. Says that in the middle. I don't know what the hell that means. But this is Norma Tanega, Walking My Cat Named Dog, with the B-side of I'm in the Sky. I did a bit of research. This was printed in Britain, and it's an original 1966 pressing. So this is older than I am. Older than I am. Sounds brand new. So, and that's because my dad is anal about records, just like I am, and I'm sure just like you are. So it's 56 years old this year, and it sounds as if you just bought it from HMV. And yeah, Norma Tanega, from what I can gather, she was a one-hit wonder. This was the one hit. She went on to write songs for Dusty Springfield, and then became a bit of a percussionist and did all sorts of stuff. I'm not sure if she's still alive. I think I did see whether she was or she wasn't, but I can't remember because I too am an old man. Yeah, so it's actually from EMI, so I'm not sure why it says stateside 45 there. But yeah, really good. It's kind of, how would I categorise it? It's quite sort of soulful. It was quite a departure. It wasn't what I was expecting from my dad's record collection. But yeah, it was really nice. And again, loud. It really... particularly those old singles from the 60s, they would mix them really loud and they sound fucking amazing. So next we have The First Pig on Chrysalis, and as you can see at the time somebody had a spirograph. I'm not sure whether that was my dad or my auntie, because she had a lot of record sleeves that were kind of like this, where they'd taken a picture from, whether it's the original cover or what, I don't know. Now this says on the back, Mighty Quinn, Klaus Norman, Manfred Mann, Tom McGuinness, Mike Darbo, Mike Hugg, but obviously it's not them, it's Bloodwind Pig. And from what I can gather, Bloodwind Pig was Mick Abrams, who originally was in Jethro Tull on their first album. He split because he disagreed over, I don't know, beards and flutes with Ian Anderson, and he went on to form Bloodwind Pig. And this is one of their singles, which is, not sure which is the actual, I'm not sure it's slow, yeah, Slow Down I think is the A side. It's not actually labelled, there's no A or B on it. But anyway, it is really good. I was not sure what to expect with a name like Bloodwind Pig, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's a great pressing, original 1970 pressing, and it does sound really, really nice. Lots of definition, and it really, again, in your face. Those old records really were in your face. Moving quickly on, another one-hit wonder apparently called Blackfoot Sue, which, although it's quite an American-sounding name, were British on the Jam label. So this, although I've marked it down as a promo on Discogs, I'm actually wrong. It's not the promo, because the promo was a big black A on it. So the actual track is Standing in the Road. Again, it's nice. It's kind of rocky, bluesy. And again, it sounds phenomenal. It sounds brand new. And it does sound really kind of in your face. Next, I couldn't find much about this. Top of the bill. Wichita Toe, which was originally written by somebody called Jim Pepper, apparently, and then Jam on the B-side, which I've not actually listened to. So this is on the Famous Charisma label, and released by Carlin Music, and I couldn't tell you much about that. I wasn't impressed, and it's out of, I know that I said most of my dad's records do sound really good. This one just sounds a bit ropey, a lot of surface noise on this one, strangely. But again, Dad, if you can shed any light on this, it would be great if you put a comment, just to sort of tell us anything you know about it. Because I did a Google search, but it just kept bringing up like listings on different like record sites. It didn't actually give any information. And I tried looking for top of the bill, and I got bathroom furniture as well, strangely. So there you go. Next, we've got Jethro Tull. Looking very ginger there. That must be Ian Anderson. Again, they're a band that my dad will be horrified, but I've never really had much to do with them. I've never really given them sort of much time of day. But this is actually quite decent. So this one, let me just move about a bit here. Let's have a look. I can't remember if there's two. So this one is The Witch's Promise with the B-side of Teacher on the Chrysalis label. And it is, it's quite decent. Flutes and guitars and proggy goodness. Again, this is another one of those, and I'm pretty certain they're like homemade. But again, Dad, if you can just tell me whether I'm right or wrong there, because they look kind of homemade. And my auntie had a load of them too, and I wish I hadn't got rid of them years ago when she died, sadly. Then we've got another, that was an original 1970 pressing. This is an original 1968 pressing of Love Story, which is Love Story on both sides. Interesting. I wonder whether that's a misprint. But yeah, another great sounding record. Surprised me about how much I actually liked it. So I do feel fortunate to have all these little slices of history, because that's what they are, little slices of history in my possession. Then there's this, which isn't quite so good. I'm assuming my dad bought this for romantic reasons, or it might not be his, possibly. Dad, if you're watching, Styx, Babe. It's not great, but it sounds really nice. It's just not a great track. Styx is a great name, but they were never a band that I could get into. This was bought from, if you live in the UK, you'll know about Boys. If you don't, if you live in the US or elsewhere, we have this kind of shop that has not changed. I swear to God, it's not changed in 50 odd years, and it's just like a little department store. It's still using the same shelves. Everyone's wearing the same uniforms. They use the same old style cash registers with push buttons, ching ching, and they just sell, you know, everything from paper clips to power washers, but off-brand, old-fashioned kind of power, like a steam-powered power washer kind of thing. Moving on, we've got Jimmy Ruffin. Hold On to My Love. So this is a 1980 press-in. Is it 1980? Yeah, 1980. The Styx one was 1979, just in case you're interested. Again, I'm guessing that this was more of either a purchase or a gift. A purchase like to get the ladies in the mood, or it was a gift from his brother-in-law. It's not something that I would have immediately thought my dad would have bought. But again, Dad, if you're listening, let me know. It's quite a soulful track. It's decent enough, but it's just not something that I would have thought that my dad would have gone out and bought. And finally, for today, you'll be pleased to know we've got The Who, not Leo Sayers' one-man band, as it says there. So yeah, we've got The Who and Joined Together. Phenomenal. And I knew the track, and I'm ashamed to say I didn't know it was by The Who. And this is on the Trap Record label. And this is an original 1972 press-in, and it sounds really decent, as you can imagine. I haven't listened to the B-side yet, but I'm sure it sounds just as good as the A-side. But I'm not a massive Who fan. I'm sorry. And that whole, I remember, you know, everyone used to go on about mods and rockers and the Who, and I saw no difference, because the Who just played the same kind of stuff as all the rock bands at the time. They just didn't do it as well, in my opinion. Although Mooney the Looney was a phenomenal drummer, the band for me were quite underwhelming. And I do. Tommy's decent enough, I guess. Again, don't hate me. If you want to give me some recommendations for the Who that might blow my mind, please, by all means, try and change my mind and put them down below in the comments, and I will definitely give them a listen. But I don't know, they just don't do anything for me. I don't think, oh yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. Enough waffling from me. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are well, particularly if, and not that you would have much time to be watching this in the Ukraine at the moment, but if you are over there, you know, I hope everything's going okay, and fight the power. In the meantime, I will be doing some more videos very soon, because I've still got 200, 300 records to get through. I've got a new one coming soon, which I'll do. It's a deluxe-ish version, so I'll do a bit of an unboxing for that when it arrives. That'll be in about 2 weeks' time. And in the meantime, take care. Stay safe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to tickle my notification bell. Stay safe.